Get the weather with Matt, and it feels warm this morning. I tell you, he's enjoying some sunshine, aren't you, just sir? Good morning.
Good morning, Naga. Good morning, Chan. Very good morning to you as well. Yes, I'm enjoying a little bit of sunshine here on the tops of Broadcasting House in London. Not the same everywhere this morning. Now, we are talking, of course, about staycations on breakfast this morning, if just before 7.
And none other than Paul Chuckle to find out if pantomimes are likely to be back by Christmas.
Also this morning, they've been a mystery for thousands of years, but now...
Time now, 6:31. Good morning to you. People with coronavirus symptoms in England are expected to be told today they must isolate for longer under new guidance designed to stop the spread of infection.
The government is looking at increasing the isolation period for those with symptoms from 7 to 10 days.
Let's talk to one of our breakfast GPs, Dr. Farrah, who joins us from her home in Cheshire. Good morning to you, Doctor. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Excellent, good to hear. Listen, we've just done this, just been referring to this report that we might be expecting an announcement today on a change in the days that you have to self-isolate if you have symptoms. Are you clear about what the situation is now? Do you think it's clear?
It's not that clear, but I think it's because we know that we're learning new things about this virus nearly every single day. So it's possibly because we know the infectivity period can last a little bit longer than we had originally expected. So you might still have symptoms after the 7 days, or you might still be infective after the 7 days. So that's why we've asked for this. Well, we haven't asked, but it's been suggested that this extension goes from 7 to 10 days. And if they are feeling very anxious about this, we've got lots of services that are available, so they can contact their GP or their social prescribers who are linked to GPs and work within the community to help them feel more confident in returning to work.
Quick word, it's almost been a week since face masks, or face coverings I should say, have been mandatory in retail outlets. What have people been saying to you? Because there are lots of reports of people who are unable to wear them because of genuine reasons, but the list appears to be quite fluid as to who is exempt.
Yeah, so there's a number of lists that I've seen that don't seem to have any kind of medical backing as to why they would potentially be exempt. We were getting quite a few requests prior to this announcement requesting exemption letters, but due to social media campaigns and yourselves mentioning this, that GPs aren't able to write these letters, and that you can just get an exemption card if you are entitled to be exempt.
Shake this morning from Alderley Edge. Good luck with your day today as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
SC time now is 6:37. Ready to go. Morning, Mike.
Morning.
Yes, good morning. Great to see you both and everyone at home. What a night it was for Brentford. You know, they moved.
We can't just sit on our backsides and say, we'll just wait for crowds.
Well, what's more, Eddie Hearn says Anthony Joshua has even been training in that garden in recent weeks and would be happy to fight there too. To be honest, I suppose it's an estate that's as big as any stadium, and I suppose the surrounding is much prettier than some stadiums as well, so not a bad place to be.
Thing is, Mike, you've just got to use your imagination, haven't you? With the tools you've got, with what's around you. We've all done some creative things in our gardens and homes when it comes to fitness and keeping fit, haven't we?
Yeah, and if you've got a garden as big as that, why not have a whole boxing bout there with the stands and the grandstand and everything like that?
Rather puts Sir Anne Jones's garden shed to shame, doesn't it? That enormous...
Did you see that, Mike, earlier?
Oh, the shed. Yeah.
You've got a garden shed, Mike?
Yeah. Pardon? I do know. I don't anymore. I had to think then. No, I did once get beaten in a TV presenters competition. It was an award thing by a man who'd made a whole series about sheds. I've never forgotten that. So I've always had a thing about sheds ever since.
Pete, don't underestimate the fascination of a shed.
I know,
I bet the pictures
absolutely.
are coming in already of people's sheds. I'm going to check.
I saw that the other day as well, yeah.
Thanks, Mike. We'll see you later.
We'll see you later.
Time now is 6:42.
Yeah, so the rotation of Mars is just slightly longer than Earth. It's so very similar, just about half an hour longer. But it means that once the mission lands, the first 90 days, the team will be living on what we call Mars time, which is staying in sync with this distant world, so you can really maximize the science that the rover is able to do. But it means waking up later and later every day and just trying to stay in sync. So it's sort of the worst kind of jet lag you can imagine.
OK, well, we're grateful for them for taking that on. I was reading the research notes, and it seems like you're going to be leaving litter, or there's going to be litter left on Mars. I'm talking about these cigar-sized capsules for future rovers. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so what this mission is doing is it's kicking off this breathtakingly ambitious campaign to bring samples from Mars back to Earth. And so dozens of these pin-light, tiny little samples are going to be drilled out of rocks, the kinds of rocks we think are most likely to harbor those signs of ancient life. And it's going to be a huge paradigm shift in how we do our work. I'm an astrobiologist, very interested in this question of whether we're alone in the dark night, and we'll be able to have these samples in our own laboratories where we can hit them with everything we've got. And it's just going to change everything about, instead of just waiting for remote data to come back, we'll be able to actually work with these samples.
I'm loving your enthusiasm for this. Thank you for explaining all of those issues. Sarah Stewart-Johnson, enjoy watching it, and good luck with the jet lag, because I bet you're going to be following it as closely as the team working on it. Assistant Professor at Georgetown University.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Very fascinating, isn't it? 6:53 the time.